What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Last week I wasn't able to post a week 4 traditional betting video, but with the picks I did give you last week, we went 2-2-1, our first tie of the season, bringing our season total to 14-5-1. But it's a new week, so let's check out the week 5 bets. My first week 5 bet is the Denver Broncos +8 at the New England Patriots. Now, Denver is in no way an 8-point underdog if Jared Stidham or Brian Hoyer are starting for the Patriots. Denver has kept every team they played within 5, outside of the Buccaneers in week 3. Their scores were 14-6 in week 1, 21-6 in week 2, 10-26 in week 3, and then they actually won 37-28 against the Jets. The Patriots offense, it looks horrible. Without Cam Newton, I mean, there's really no talent. There's no talent in the backfield. Sonny Michel, I think he's pretty bad. He's injured. James White is just a pass catching back. Rex Burkhead is a career backup. And Damian Harris is just this false hope that all Patriots fans, and especially fantasy football fans, really have going for him. And I don't know if he's really the guy that's going to lead the charge. He will be, but I don't know if he's the right guy to do it. Denver is 13th in rushing yards allowed per game. Denver's 14th in points per game at 24.5. And Denver is 11th in sacks with 10 so far this year. I think this will be a pretty low scoring game, but what I saw from Denver and New England last week, if Cam Newton is out this week for the Patriots, I would feel pretty confident in Denver. Before we get to my next week 5 NFL bet, I just wanted to mention that only 3.4% of people who view my videos subscribe to the channel. So if you're liking the video so far, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of NFL bets, fantasy football content, and much more coming your way. So subscribe to the channel. All right, let's check out my next bet. My second NFL bet for this week is the Minnesota Vikings at Seattle Seahawks -7. I say it in every video of mine. I'm riding the hot hand, and that's Seattle right now in the NFL. The Seahawks points per game this year, or points they scored in each game, 38, 35, 38, and 31. I just believe that Seattle is the new best team in the NFL. The Vikings are still a team that I feel pretty iffy about. They have a lot of close losses and some blowouts. I mean, what happened in that week, I believe week 2 game against the Colts where they only scored 11 points. It's just a weird, I don't know, the team's just weird right now. I don't really trust Kirk Cousins. They're still putting up points, but I just trust Seattle that their offense will be able to carry the way for them. I just don't trust the Vikings right now, especially coming off of a very close loss. I just don't think that team is very functional. So I'm just going to take the Seattle Seahawks -7 and keep the hot streak going. My third bet for this week is the Los Angeles Chargers +7.5 at the New Orleans Saints. Justin Herbert has been quite a surprise. I really didn't think he was going to be this good right off the bat. He played legit good last week against Tampa Bay. Had a bad interception late in the game, but he made some money throws, showed off his big arm. He looked pretty good. I don't know what's going on with the Saints. They're winning, but Drew Brees really doesn't want to throw downfield. Michael Thomas still isn't back, and I just don't think you can, live off of the little dump off passes to Alvin Kamara and expect him to juke out the whole defense and score touchdowns. Of course, he's really great. He's arguably one of the best running backs in the entire NFL, but I just don't know if I could really trust that as a consistent offense every single week. The Chargers are missing Austin Eckler, which hurts. He's a great pass catching back and just a good back in general, but Josh Kelly has been doing a great job this year. And we saw Justin Jackson last year take the place of Melvin Gordon and do pretty well in the role. So I feel pretty confident with that backfield this week. The games in which Justin Herbert has started, these are the final scores. 23-20 loss against the Chiefs in OT, 21-16, 38-31 loss against the Buccaneers. So they're playing pretty good teams and they're staying competitive. I just like the Chargers even as a 1-3 team. I don't know if I trust the New Orleans offense right now, which is something I don't think I would ever say, but Drew Brees' lack of enthusiasm going downfield, it makes me worried. I just think this Chargers offense is playing pretty well right now, and I actually trust them to go downfield against a banged up Saints secondary. So I'm taking the Chargers +7.5. My fourth week 5 NFL bet is going to be the Arizona Cardinals -7 at the New York Jets. The Cardinals offense has slowed down a bit from where they started this year. They're really on fire and they started to slow down a little bit. But honestly, I'm going to keep this one short and simple. The Jets are a freaking mess. I mean, they lost to Denver pretty easily last week. I mean, I think they had a chance to win it if they didn't, have so many personal fouls to where Vic Fangio didn't even want to shake Adam Gase's hand after the game because he thought it was that chippy, I don't know. I just don't trust the Jets at all. Sam Darnold is actually out this week with a shoulder injury, so terrible Joe Flacco is starting for the Jets. I'm surprised Arizona isn't a higher, favorite in this game. So I'm just going to take Arizona -7 because I have no faith in the New York Jets. And my last bet for week 5 is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles at Pittsburgh Steelers -7, so I'm taking the Steelers. The Eagles are a mess right now. I mean, their team is really injured. Jalen Reagor, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Dallas Goedert, and I'm sure I'm missing guys. I know the offensive line has a lot of issues and injuries to go along with it. I don't believe the Pittsburgh Steelers have really reached their max potential on the offensive end yet. I mean, they haven't had huge scoring outputs, but they have a lot of talent. I mean, I still like James Washington. Deontay Johnson's a great receiver, super shifty. Juju's a great weapon in the red zone. Eric Ebron doesn't have the greatest hands, but he's still a great, red zone weapon. James Conner, if he stays healthy, he's a good running back. I just like the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and I don't think it's really reached its max potential yet. Philly allows the 4th most sacks in the NFL, while the Steelers rank 3rd in sacks in the NFL. So after what I saw and America saw on Monday Night Football, I'm not ready to have confidence in Carson Wentz or the Eagles. I loved Wentz as a quarterback coming into this season. I thought he was very underrated, but something is wrong in Philly. I don't know if it's Carson Wentz. I don't know if it's just the injuries and, lack of offensive weapons they have there due to injury. I don't know what it is, but I just believe in Big Ben and the Steelers to dominate the Eagles this Sunday. Alright, and those are my 5 NFL bets for week number 5. Comment down below who you're betting this week. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.